This is a Stihl FSA 65 Strimmer. It's the smallest strimmer they do that goes with the AP battery sizes. It has an on-off lock switch which stops you being able to pull the trigger. This is the first time of trying it, and it's cutting through this grass very nicely. It does have a few downfalls which I'll get into a bit later, but overall the strimmer is working very nicely. The trigger has only got an on and off switch on it, so it's not a variable switch. So if you leave it flat out against the stone, you will cut through your twine very quickly. This is one of the downfalls of this particular strimmer. You have no variable trigger. But it does have a lot of power and cuts through this grass very nicely. This grass hasn't been cut this season as there are daffodils in here, and you have to leave it until mid-June before you can start cutting the grass down, and you can see it going through the docks very happily. It doesn't mulch the grass down very much because the strimmer twine is quite short. Right, what we're going to do, because I feel that it's perfect for a little garden, but that amount of twine sticking out isn't quite enough for me, and I usually take off all of these heads on my strimmers, but I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to cut it along this line here so that I can still keep the flat part for when it's on the ground, but then I can have a slightly longer twine. So brand new strimmer, and let's get the grinder out. The twine will come outside of the edge, but it'll still leave me some protection from stuff coming up vertically at me. So now when it comes through, I'm just slightly longer after one tap than the head, and we'll see how it works. For buying this strimmer is because I wanted a quick strimmer that I could just get out and keep on top of these docks next year a lot quicker, and I can just trim up the edges before I cut the grass without having to get out the petrol strimmer. Overall it's a very lovely strimmer. It's nice and light and has a lot of power for what I need it for, which is just trimming up the edges to make the place look a lot smarter. But the main downfall is here where you're going up against wooden legs on the bench. You don't want to have
just full on speed. So you have to play the throttle to get the speed to come down, or otherwise you start damaging your wood benches. If anyone's after a small, light strimmer, I can highly recommend this one if you've already got the battery system. I wouldn't go for one any smaller than this, but it does use up the batteries, so you don't want to use anything less than an AP200 battery in it, because this shows the battery just gets eaten with the strimmer. But it's a lovely piece of kit and I can recommend it.